Hello students, a major portion of our time is spent at home, and thoughtfully decorated home should provide the needed comfort and pleasant surroundings. All of us have natural ability to recognize beauty, and we must use this in creating beautiful home environment. Along with our ability, if proper guidelines are also available to us about use of aesthetics, it will be even better. These guidelines can be acquired through basic information on elements of art and principles of design. For the information on elements of art, you can refer my previous video. To understand principles of design, I have prepared two videos. In this video, part 1, we will try to understand 2 principles of design out of 5. Myself, Vijay U. Patil, Assistant Professor of Home Science, Government First Grade College, Ankola, Pujgeri, is here before you to make you understand about the principles of design. Principles of design help us to adjust any arrangement, design or an object in terms of its aesthetic beauty and also create a sensitivity to appreciation of beauty. To create beautiful things consistently, the elements of art like color, line, form, texture, pattern, etc. should be arranged orderly to create designs that conform to certain standards. These guidelines for creating designs are known as principles of design. Certain principles of design or arrangement are common in art of painting, sculpture, architecture, handicrafts, industrial arts and related arts, etc. These are not formulas, but they help in determining why an object is aesthetically looking good or looking poor. Almost anyone can acquire standard taste in the decoration or in aesthetic value and become more sensitive to express beauty through experience with the principles of design. There are 5 major principles of design, namely proportion, balance, emphasis, rhythm and harmony. In this video, we go through proportion and balance. Proportion means the relationship of size or areas to one another or to a whole. This principle underlies all other principles. This principle is also called as law of relationship because it states that the relation between parts of an object or between objects of the same group should be satisfying. Good proportions are established by using certain dimensions in the use of space. The Greek oblong is known to be a standard of good proportions. It is also called as the golden section. This oblong always uses the ratio of 2:3 or 3:5 in case of flat surfaces and 5:7:11 in case of solids. These ratios are useful in deciding any space division or arrangement, sizes of objects or decorative designs. We can try to achieve good proportions in buildings, furniture, etc. by judging the objects and their relationship to the human dimensions. By doing this, we can achieve the functionalism of the objects meant for our use. The appearance of the exterior of a house is due to its proportions. The total mass, which depends on the height in relation to the length, then proportion of the roof, walls, foundation, and finally the relationship of doors, windows and other elements. Everything must be organized into a unified whole. The shape of the rooms and articles of furnishing should be proportionate to one another. Take a look at some of the examples. Balance. A balanced arrangement provides a sense of restfulness and repose. It refers to steadiness and calmness, the sum required to make two sides of an account to be or appear equal. This is attained by grouping shapes and color around a central point in such a way that the general effect has the semblance of equilibrium. In interior decoration, balance plays a very important role. This principle brings all over stability to a design through the satisfying arrangement of its parts with the lines, colors and textures. All are so placed that a certain pose is established and the design appears restful or there is equal attraction on each side of the center. There are two ways of creating balance, formal and informal. These are also called as symmetric and asymmetric. Formal balance, which results when either identical objects or objects of equal visual attractions are placed at equal distance from the central point. The resulting balance is termed as symmetrical. This balance develops a sense of dignity and calmness, but sometimes becomes monotonous. It tends to stress the center, creating a focal point for something one wishes to emphasize. Basically, it is very simple, and this simplicity in balance contributes to its popularity. Take a look at the picture of formal balance. It is achieved when one side of something is exactly similar or mirror image of the other half. Informal balance, which is also termed as asymmetrical, which results when objects of unequal weights are arranged at different distances away from the central point. This balance is created when the visual weights are equal but not identical. It is more subtle than formal balance and affords greater opportunity for variety in arrangements. Lighter and smaller objects are placed to the central point, while heavier and bigger objects are placed further away, or vice versa. Take a look of the picture showing informal balance. Principle of balance is used in furniture arrangement, flower arrangement, etc. to arrive at an arrangement which provides restful feeling to the interiors and the viewers of art objects. That's for now. This is me Vijaya signing off. If you find the content of this video useful, do like, share and subscribe. Give your suggestions in the comment box. For future home science videos, stay tuned. Bye bye.